Hello everyone, welcome back to another Wildwoods beekeeping chat, and today it is a gloomy Saturday here in southeastern Alabama. And for people who don't know, on the long haul, you can go down to the description. You'll see why I'm doing this live stream today. There's some things on Monday that I kind of want to do, I just figured since I'm sure a lot of people are probably not doing anything today, I figured I'd go live today. So good to see everybody. We'll give a little bit of time for people to come in that will kind of talk about our main topic, which is just, trying to get our bees ready for the second cold snap, which, they're saying that, we could get some snow. So we'll see how all that goes. Last time whenever they said we're going to have snow and all that stuff, then we never had anything. So we'll see. Y'all see a video if we have snow or whatever, but like I said, we'll give some people time to come in, make sure to share out the stream to get more people, and I'm sure people get their notifications as well. Not really much, with the bees or anything. I've just been kind of busy, making sure everybody's still healthy and alive. I'm sure everybody else is probably most likely doing the same thing. So I will share a couple of things real quick. There's this photo here, a little bit of pollen. That's been something that's been pretty interesting lately. I've been seeing some pollen and all coming in through the colonies. They've been bringing in a good bit of pollen. It's like yellow pollen. I know I've been watching videos and seeing people talking about, some other pollen that is being brought in on other people's bee yards and videos. So I've been kind of keeping with that. I've been seeing a good bit of pollen coming in, which is pretty interesting this time of the year. I don't know where they're getting it from. If anybody, kind of knows what their bees are getting, let me know. I really don't know. But I've been kind of trying to keep a lookout and making sure and looking around and see what they might be getting, which I'm not really exactly sure. Let me edit something here real quick. All right. There we go. So I guess main topic today is really just trying to get our bees ready. And I will say that I'll be answering questions and talking about some other things too. I really don't have really a main topic for today. Nothing really big or anything like that, or any presentations or anything. I just figured I'd come on here and talk a little about bees, and you guys can ask some questions if y'all would like to. But like I said, we're supposed to get pretty cold this upcoming week. This is our forecast. You guys let me know what y'all's temperatures are. Can't really see too good, but I think it's Tuesday night, I think 30% chance of rain, I think, with a little bit of a wintry mix or whatever. So there's that. I mean, we're supposed to get some snow or ice or both. I really don't know. I mean, that's what they're saying is forecasted for snow. I mean, there's not really been a lot of snow for the past 8-9 years. It's been a while since we've had snow. So it would be kind of interesting to actually be able to see some snow for, because I haven't seen it for a while, but we'll see. They're forecasting it, and we'll kind of make sure everything goes that way. But I'm really not sure. I've been kind of keeping up with the weather or whatever, but weather isn't always right. So like I said, we're not even be getting up into the 30s some days. You see, like on Tuesday, that the high that day is like 38 degrees. We ain't really going to be getting up into the highs that day. Too warm. It's going to be pretty chilly. Monday only can get up to 37, and then tomorrow is going to be 46. So tomorrow is going to be pretty chilly, but today is actually 68 degrees, and this morning it rained. So it's been pretty warm today. That's why I'm out here with a short sleeve on. I wouldn't be out here if it was 46 degrees or anything like that. I would not be out here. But that's kind of what our forecast is looking like. Let me know what y'all's temperatures are, kind of what y'all are expecting. Really don't know if we're going to get snow or not, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know. But then after that, we're going to be in the lows 20 degrees on Tuesday night. It's going to be freezing. It's going to be cold. Then Wednesday night, it's going to be 25. We're going to get up to 30 the next day on Thursday. Friday, it's going to get down to 27 and then 35. So that's kind of what it's forecasted there here in southeastern Alabama. So yeah, that's kind of an overview of kind of what's going on down here. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask, or any topics. We're just kind of just chat about bees today and see how everybody's doing and how their bees are going. So I guess I'll kind of see who's all in the chat. We have some people in here, kind of just got notifications or whatever. Richard R. Briner Jr. Thank you for checking in, Richard. Good to see you. We have Matt at Sandy Valley Honey, the company. Good to see you as well. We have Galloway Lights, Mike Tangui. I hope I'm not saying your last name wrong. Sorry about that. Mike in the chat. We have Tim and Hannah from Gunline Bees in the chat as well. We have 10 folks in here, kind of joining in pretty fast. So good to see everybody. And we have Lee from Kodiak Farms. So good to see them as well. We have Jack and Danette. Well, we have some folks kind of joining in. Are there any colonies you're concerned with, or is everything pretty good? I think everything around here is actually going pretty good. I've been kind of keeping up with all my colonies. I did a video recently kind of going in one of my colonies. They're looking pretty good. I'm just been kind of keeping up with them, but not really nothing any worried about. Pretty much all of them are pretty strong. I actually went out there yesterday. Yeah, it was Friday. Yesterday. I went out there because I knew it was going to be raining today. I was going to be doing this live stream, so I really didn't want to go out there and feed them or anything. So yesterday I went out there and put some feed on the colonies and a little bit of just some candy. But they still have a lot of their candy boards left. It's actually been lasting a while, a good bit. I've been pretty surprised with how fast, how long the candy's been lasting. They haven't really been eating it as fast, but they are starting to get a little low, so I was able to kind of go over there and get it, put some more feed on. So we've got a couple questions. Got honey. Not today. I don't have any. I'm thinking you're meaning giveaways. I don't have any giveaways today. It's been a while since we've did that. But we also but if you're asking, if we got any honey last spring, we do have honey in bottles. I've been kind of eating some labels on them as we go. I had one batch, like a box, where I put some labels on, and I was able to do that. But there's another box that doesn't have any labels. So whenever we sell the honey, I just kind of have to label it as we go. You guys gonna get some? So actually, just kind of talking about that, or I'll kind of pop it back up. Well, I'll kind of pop it up here. Tuesday's really right there, as you can see. It's kind of a small thing there, but on Tuesday, as you guys can see, it's supposed to only get up to 38 degrees, and it's gonna get down to 20. So they're saying, I think they're saying it's gonna be Tuesday night, or is it supposed to? It's gonna be somewhere in that frame, whether it be Monday night through Tuesday, or it's gonna be. I think it's Tuesday night through Wednesday morning. I think that's what it is. So yeah, it's supposed to be pretty cold down here in Alabama. So we're expecting snow, but I mean, it could, for all we know, it could not snow. I mean, last time they said it was going to have a wintry mix, have a little snow. It never snowed, but it did snow a lot up north in the previous cold snap that we had, but nothing down here. So maybe we'll see some snow, and I'll kind of take some video of it if we do. Are you sorting through drawn comb frames and prepping? That's a good question, and I'll talk about that for a second here. I've been thinking about it, but I have not got to it yet. And I was thinking, what I need to do, try to kind of prep up. And I have a lot of drawn comb. It's really very valuable to me to have a lot of drawn comb for the next year, because I really like drawn comb. It's really my favorite. Have that source for whatever I need it, whether it be splits or anything else. So I do have some drawn comb, and I've been put that on my checklist to sort through, and I'll do a video soon whenever I do it, talking about drawn comb and all that good stuff. I think there was another question, or that might be it. Feel free to ask questions if you do have them, but that's pretty much with the bees, kind of what's going on around here. I've been kind of getting out some videos and stuff like that. There's actually been a lot of live streams as well, kind of happening all around the beekeeping community. Yep. Keep the fireplace going. We'll keep it most likely be running all week next week. Probably from Sunday all the way to the next weekend. Most likely, keep everything warm. It'll be very, very cold this upcoming week. I really don't know what everybody's temperatures are, or anything. I'm sure I don't know if the north is expecting any snow, which I'm sure they probably are. That's kind of what's going on around here. But like I was saying, there's been a lot of live streams lately. This morning, Tim and Hannah, they were down there and let me get this Gulf Shores, doing a little live stream. I was kind of tuning in there to kind of see kind of what was going on. But there's been a lot of live streams, and I figured I'd kind of come on here today and see what everybody's doing. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to ask, or any topics in that. 46 degrees in New Jersey. Nice. If you want to be like Mike, you have to share these spoils, you're right. I almost forgot to do a live stream. Yeah. Also, Lee did a live stream yesterday. I saw that as well. There's been a lot of good live streams lately, and good stuff there. Kind of trying to learn from other beekeepers and have good conversations about bees or anything. Matt, Sandy Valley Honey Company, and Matt asks, Grayson, when do the bees there start to ramp up rearing brood usually? That's a good question. I was actually talking about that with last week, and our bees usually start pretty early. And the thing is, they usually rear, brood all year long, but when they really start to ramp it up is really in the time of like early mid-February is really when they start ramping it up. Once we get warm weather coming in, usually February down here in Alabama, our bees start really early, and that's why I have Italians to ramp up early. I like my bees to ramp up early. It's kind of what I like. My style is to have early brood and a big colony really early, because down here in Alabama we usually have some early warm temperatures from here and there. Sometimes we might have a little later spring. It's something that happens all the time. I'm hoping it really will end sooner. The winter, I really hope spring comes a little bit more sooner this year, since we've been having a lot of cold, unusual weather here in January. But the bees have been doing okay with it. But they usually start ramping up really, really big, usually in February. But we'll see how everything goes this year. I don't know if anything will be different, or if it'll stay colder more longer. It could not. I mean, never can tell from Mother Nature. 14 folks in here. We have Jonathan Stevens. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thanks for checking in here. And if y'all would go on and click the thumbs up button and share the live stream out so more people will join in, I would really appreciate it. So yeah, our brood usually does ramp up there in the month of February, and the bees, the queen will start laying that time of year. But this year, should I say in 2024, I was still, we kind of had some early brood, and I'll pretty much brood all year long each year, because it's pretty much warm. And anytime I do like an inspection in a colony, I'll find brood in the colony. I remember recently I did a video and there was some brood in the colony. So we usually brood all year long, but it does, they do rear pretty early, especially with Italians. Do you still have drones? We do not have any more drones. I would really doubt if anybody still has drones, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, some people might have drones, but we don't have any drones here. They've killed them all fall and all that stuff way long back. They already killed them all off. But they will start back soon, I would expect, because in 2024, they really did start raising drones pretty early. I was pretty surprised on how early they started rearing drones. I was kind of surprised. It was, it was pretty early for our drones. And I think it was because I was feeding a good bit. I think that's really the main reason. Very, very early, and then the queen started to lay a lot of drones, but which was fine. It never really hurt me or anything. But a lot of folks up north don't like it. But I usually like my queens to lay, even if it's drones. That really tells me that the colonies are healthy and pretty strong to be raising drones. And speaking of honeybees, I actually just saw a bee fly around me. So we're flying today. It's 68 degrees today. They're flying. I'm sure they'll be buzzing around me once in a while, so you might hear a buzz maybe. But they've been flying around today, yesterday, because it's been pretty warm. Yesterday, I mean, it was unbelievable how many bees were flying around out, around the around the hives and the house. They were everywhere trying to look for some food, and they have been bringing in some pollen, which at least they've been finding something. But I really believe that there's not really much nectar out there. But I don't know. Can you feed sugar water all winter long? I really rather not feed sugar water, mainly because that can cause condensation and moisture, which can also cause problems in the colony. I'd rather not do that. I know there's some people who might have warmer weather who do. I like to wait till warmer weather. I don't like to keep it in there overnight or in this cold weather. But I usually do start sugar water feeding like late February, early March, whenever we have much more warmer weather. Much more warmer weather. Actually, finally, the sun finally started shining. I need to lower down my thing real quick because it just started to pop back up. There we go. It's a little bit too bright. Good afternoon, Shane. Thanks for joining in here. Good to see you. But like I was just saying, the sun finally shined out. It rained all morning this morning, and it was pretty loud, so it's pretty soaking wet outside. And I really don't want to do this live stream on the ground. That's why I'm doing it right here on my porch, on our porch, and figures you'll see some trees in the background. Let me bring this a little closer so you guys might be able to hear me better. If you have any other topics, please bring them up. And the thing about this time of the year, though, that I do know is that it's been kind of hard to have topics and all that good stuff. It's been kind of hard to come by, especially since it's winter. That's why I'm ready for spring to show up, because then we'll have some much more topics to talk about. But I guess we should talk a little bit about spring, what everybody's doing. I know a lot of people probably ask me and stuff about spring and all. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready. I'm kind of over all this cold weather, but it'll come here before we know it. Get ready. Set up some swarm traps and all that stuff that we need to do to catch some swarms. I really plan to do that. I remember somebody brought up a method on how to catch swarms. I really need to go back somewhere on a YouTube channel. There was this method that I remember talking about. I can't remember if it was with a guest or if it was on the feed or something, or if it was just on a comment. It was a different method for catching swarms, because I've been having trouble catching swarms, especially having them on a tree. I didn't catch any this year, so I just need to got to go back and figure out what that was. I can't really remember. What's the latest beekeeping gadgets you're trying out? Nothing really much. I guess I don't know if you'd call a camera a bee gadget, but I've been I got a new camera, for Christmas, and I've been kind of testing it out with the bees. It's been pretty clear um, video, so I don't know if you'd call that a beekeeping gadget. But with beekeeping, last year I actually got a beekeeping vac, so I mean I've been able to try that out. It's been pretty good last year. I'm hoping to be able to use it more this year. I wasn't able to use it a whole lot, but I was able to use it a good bit, and it was really, really good for catching some swarms, whether it be a cutout or just a regular swarm, but nothing really more. But the camera I'm using isn't the new one. This is actually just my regular Rebel. It's called a Rebel T7. It's just a regular camera, and I use this camera right here for live streams because it's just been so useful with live streams. I like it for live streams, and a little bit better with USB and all that good stuff to kind of plug in a. See, I think everybody. Let me see if I can make sure I didn't miss anybody checking in. Think good amount of people in here. We got 19 people in here. Good to see everybody. Been trying to trying to publish out videos as much as I can, figuring out topics. I've been doing this new series, which has been kind of fun to do. Teaching about basic beginner beekeeping stuff. It's been kind of fun to do. I think a lot of people are enjoying it. It's been kind of fun to do it. Grayson, do you like pollen patties, or is it needed? Or can you pop that up? I can't see it. Right, I got it. Grayson, there you go. Grayson, do you like pollen patties, or is it needed for your area? Um, I've used pollen patties in the past. I just don't really use them anymore. They can draw hive beetles. That hasn't really been an issue. I just really haven't used them for a while. Excuse me. Haven't used them for a while, and maybe I'll get some more. But I just haven't really needed to use them. They are good. I mean, for some things. I apologize if you hear my dogs barking or whatever in the background. But yeah, I do. Let me turn this up a little bit. There we go. I do use pollen patties for a little bit, but I used them in the past, but not really any time recently. I just use candy. What I'll do is I mix up some sugar and some water. I don't really want to. I want it really thick, and that's kind of a homemade patty that I do. Or you could call it a candy board, a sugar block, or you name it. You can call it anything y'all like, but that's kind of what I use now instead of pollen patties. Are you going to try more cutouts this year since you now have the everything BVAC? I am going to try to do some more cutouts next year. I think it would be good to try do some more and do some more video as well. I think it'll be good. I really like the BVAC. It really works really good. I mean, it's really what would be the word? Really efficient. Really efficient for me to use, and I'll use it more this year whenever we have the when we have the access to, and whenever we're able to be able to catch some swarms. If there's a cutout and somebody needs us to remove it. What is the next video in your new series gonna be? Sometime maybe soon. Well, I haven't really recorded anymore. I do have a video recently soon that's gonna be publishing. It's actually a part 2 of busting beekeeping myths. I did that video a while back, kind of busting some myths and whatever, and I guess people, kind of enjoyed it. So I did a part 2 because I really missed some good ones that I, some beekeeping myths that I wanted to put in there. So I was able to get some myths in there and able to do that. It's a good video. I was able to use use a new camera and mic or whatever, and take it out to kind of a different little scene where I was able to film a little bit. So it should be coming out sometime tomorrow or probably Monday night, since I won't be doing my live stream. If y'all are curious, the reason why I'm doing this live stream today is because I won't be doing my live stream this upcoming Monday, just because I have some other things that I want to do. I'll be busy that day, so I figured I'd just do it today, and then I'll be back on my Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the 27th. I've been trying to get some more guests on as well. I've been kind of working on that. I don't have any more guests scheduled for the future or anything. So if y'all have any guests that y'all think would be good for a live stream, really do feel free to put them in a comment or whatever. If you have any person you'd like me to get on exclusively. In your area, are bees a real nuisance getting into buildings? They do get into buildings a good bit. I do remove them. I actually removed one from a mobile home the past year in 2024, and was able to remove them successfully and get them out of the way of the owner. I was able to remove them and get them out of the way. So yeah, they can really get into houses and stuff like that really easy. They do uh, can cause a nuisance. But good afternoon, Barnhill B Barn. Good to see y'all. Yeah, and like I was saying just a second ago, I do have another video that we'll be publishing tomorrow, but we'll see. Um, Richard Briner Jr. says, "Can you interview the Beezar?" I've never heard of him, but I guess I could probably try. If y'all have any others as well, please leave them in the comments as well, because I'll do my best to try to reach out to people that I know or some newer beekeepers or that I see on the YouTube that would be good to interview. And I like to try to get them on stuff, but sometimes it can be hard to schedule and all that stuff, so it takes time to do so. But you know good to I like doing it, and it's really fun. Grayson would be great to see someone do a video on the Chopelius, those type of mites. If you could do that, yeah, probably I could do that. Shane, that's a good idea. I'll try that out. I'll kind of keep that in my mind, and I'll once I kind of get to recording, I'll do a video on that. I remember there was actually a question a while back, kind of talking about those mites, and people have wanted me to do videos before and talk about it, so I can do that for sure. I don't know if there's a lot of videos out there on them, but in my understanding, I think that they're not as bad of a threat, but I guess they can still cause problems. I guess. I mean, really, it's really been all about the varroa mites lately. That has been the problem. You know, for bees and beekeepers. But yeah, I'm sure I can do that here soon. I'll try to do that. Canada will bring them in a couple years. Probably that's probably right. Probably will. Yes, but actually, it was recently saying that if y'all have any video ideas or any videos that y'all would like me to do, I've said on post countless of times. Please put in a comment or in a live stream on one of these and say for a video idea, could you talk about so and so, and I'll do that. What's your favorite smoker fuel? Pine straw. We have a lot of pine straw around here, and it's actually pretty good for um homemade smoker fuel, and it's free. Comes off the pine trees, and it's everywhere. So you just kind of take some of that pine straw and you put it right into the smoker. What I'll usually do is I put a little piece of paper into the bottom of the smoker, and then put a little and light it on fire, and then put some pine straw on top. And you can put some regular smoker fuel. That's also something you can do. Hemp and oregano for the smoker. Okay, that's probably works pretty good for you. I think you can also use burlap. Let me know if my mic sounds okay. Hope it's not too close. If there's any problems with mics or sound, just feel free to put in the comment section. I can change something. But yeah, I honestly I really don't use smoker. I don't really take the smoker out to the bee yard a lot. just because I really don't have to. And the bees are usually more nice for me to oregano for oil for the mites. Okay, I get you. Oh, you know what? I've heard about that, Richard, before. Somebody mentioned that. Sounds fine. Thank you. I'm glad it sounds okay. Where was I? That's where I was talking about the smoker fuel. I really don't really take a smoker out to the bee yard much, and I know I might sound crazy about that, but I just really don't. I really don't take it out to the bee yard and smoke. And sometimes it can be a little much, having to take the smoker out there all the time. But I will use it once in a while if there is a mean colony, for instance. I'll take a smoker. I mean, for sure. Or if I need to um if I need to do a cutout or a swarm, and I'll take a smoker just in case if they are a little rowdy, because I made the mistake one time when I was trying to do a cutout. I didn't take a smoker, and the bees ended up being really feisty, so I really had to go back the next day with a smoker. I still wasn't able to get the queen, but I don't know if they're even there in the trailer anymore. If you guys remember, there was actually a trailer that I tried to do a cutout on. I wasn't ever able to get the bees. I asked one time the um if the bees were still there. I never really got a response. So I'm figuring they're probably not. Dr. Sammy Ramsey is in YouTube, Grayson. He has some good stuff on those mites. Yeah, that'd probably be a good person to get on Tropy. Yeah, you know what? Shane, sometimes hard to pronounce those mites. That's why I just say those different type of mites. Maybe we'll just call them troop mites. But I'll do a video on that. I'm sure I can probably get some guests talking about it. That'd probably honestly be a pretty interesting topic for a lot of folks. Already gone 32 minutes in the live stream. Wow. Don't know how long we're gonna go today. Um, maybe we'll go for an hour, maybe more. It just depends if we still have topics to talk about, or or anything like that. But Troppy low laps. All right. Limes and limes and oranges are limes and oranges are better than bananas. A high citric acid, acid diet gets rid of your mites. Hey, that's pretty interesting there. Have you looked into any bee grants? Let's see. Have you looked into any bee grants on ideas? I haven't. I just kind of make up ideas, I guess. I really recently I've been just doing really basic ideas. How bees make wax, how bees make honey, how bees do something. Yes, that's I've just been making kind of basic stuff. How bees make uh what is it? There's another video I did. I know I did how bees make honey, how bees make wax. I did something else too. Oh, how bees communicate. That's right. That's right. I kind of just talked about those three basic subjects that I could come up with an idea on. Then I have another video that we'll be publishing sometime, hopefully soon, about more myths, part 2, because I figured I could do another video on that. And then that's about it. That's all I really have ready to be published. And maybe the next week I'll do some more video recording, kind of trying to figure out some other videos that I can do. I come up with ideas somewhat fast, but there was sometimes it can be hard to find an idea. But I kind of keep researching, should I say, and kind of figure out some ideas that would probably be pretty good to share. If you have any more questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. bees are flying today. I've been hearing them throughout this live stream, flying everywhere. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good to see the bees actually active and doing something, but then the bad thing is they're wasting a lot of energy doing so. So I mean, once it gets cold, they've run out. They could be pretty close to running out of food. They're their regular food source, their honey, due to flying around. Order your green drone frame and queen cage for a drone frame to control mites chemical free. Hey, that also brings me up to say I actually did record a video about treatment free and using chemicals for mites and stuff. Um, I did made a video and I was actually kind of talking about using green drone comb and queen cages, to try to kind of break up the queen's brood cycle, kind of do that. But I did make a video on that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload it, but we'll see if I can get the time to edit it and all. It's still in my SD card. A lot of times I'll go out, film a video, and if I ever get around to it, I'll use it. But if I don't use it, then it just sits in the SD card for a while. And that's actually how sometimes some of my videos happen. Is I record them and then I really never get around to using them or anything like that. So then um, I'll just kind of keep them in the SD card, and I'll eventually find them and edit it and see if I'd like to upload it. And a lot of times I do. Tim and Hannah, check with your county, but each year there's a pollinators program in Alabama that'll help you get more native plants for bees on your land. I'll definitely check that. I'm sure in our county there'll probably be there's probably a pollinator program in here. If I had guess, I mean I don't know. And here in a Pike, which I would expect. I don't know if there's a lot of beekeepers around here, but that I know of. But I'm the only beekeeper that I know that's around here. But there might be some other beekeepers around here. But I do know there's some beekeepers down south though. Like Tim and Hannah and Lisa down there in Ozark, and then Bruce down there in Dothan. But I think there are some other beekeepers that I do know that's down here. Then that's about it with the bees. And the hives. I haven't actually honestly opened up any frames for a while. I've been trying to keep out of the colonies, not pulling up frames or anything like that. I really would rather not pull up frames. I'd rather not, because it's brood and things. I'm sure today, with it being 68 degrees, it'd probably be fine to do so, but I just haven't got around to doing it. But eventually, once it gets warm, I'll kind of open up another colony. I'll see kind of what if there's any brood. I am kind of curious. So eventually, if it's warm enough, I'll do it, and I'll probably most likely do a video. Just been kind of feeding. And that's about it. Getting ready for this kind of very cold temperature that's going to be coming up here soon. We'll see how it all goes. But they are saying that it could snow, which I really don't know if it will. I mean, sometimes they say things that might not even happen. Because last time, like I said, a couple times, that last time they said there was a good chance of snow, it really never happened. But I'm thinking there's a really good chance that they're saying so. I really don't know if it would have any effect on the bees, which I know they wouldn't be flying either way. It's only gonna get up to 38 degrees that day, but it could block up some of the entrances. So if it does happen, I'll go out there and I'll just kind of open up some of the entrances, make sure they still have a little bit of opening to breathe or anything like that. Now, if you're wondering, inches or anything like that, I'm thinking they're saying that it could be 2 to 7 inches or something like that. It's nothing really a lot, but some people are saying it could be 7 inches. If you have any more questions, do feel free to put them in there. We're already here with 40 minutes of live stream. Let me do something real quick. And if y'all would go and click the thumbs up button, I'd really appreciate it. There you go. And subscribe to the channel if you are new here. We do live streams every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central. If y'all are new, if anybody's new here, which I don't think anybody is, but if there is anybody who's new that's not in the comment section, that we do live streams every Monday night. But tonight, we're not going to be doing any live streams on the 20th, but I will be back on the 27th, and hopefully with a guest. But we'll see. If I'm not, then I'm going to figure out a topic that we can talk about. I'm going to be kind of brainstorming some topics, a good topic. I might try to do a presentation to have a clean topic, because in a lot of my live streams, it's just been kind of hard to come across topics and things like that. I'm honest. I'm going to be honest. It's been kind of pretty tough, especially with guests. So here's what I'm going to start doing with my future live streams, is to have in my notes like a little thing with some live stream notes that I need to ask. So then I'll have some topics, so I don't have to go around and think what I need to be talking about. Because a lot of times on my live streams, I will really go, what would be the word? I kind of wing it, should I say, in my live stream. So I'm gonna try to kind of be a little bit more organized, because a lot of times I'm not organized at all. So that's kind of going to be kind of the future, kind of have some topics kind of in my notes. I did that one time and it worked really, really good. It really worked the way I needed it to. And so I will do that a little bit more often. So there's that. I see Brian from Flower Street Farm Bees. Good to see you. Dodd House, House Honey, good to see you as well. Thanks for checking in. Good amount of folks, kind of checking in. A lot of good beekeepers chiming in on different topics or whatever it may be. So spring will be here before we know it, but we still have to endure probably down here another month of cold weather. I think somewhere around there it'd probably be about another month of cold weather. Then maybe here in February we'll have a little bit more early spring, so we can get out to the bee yard and actually do things. Be able to do some more inspections and inspect the colony a little bit more better. Probably going to treat pretty early in February, kind of get the mite loads down. I did treat in fall, but they probably do need another treatment on this spring, early spring. We'll do that as well. And then I know there was a question earlier about sugar water. I'll start feeding sugar water probably most likely late February, mid-February, especially whenever it starts getting a lot more warmer at a much more steady base. I don't want to have too many. I don't really want to have sugar water on the colony when it gets below freezing or anything like that. Yelly, he says, what, we're not supposed to be this cold for the South. Yeah, this has actually been really, really very unusual. January, like I said earlier, it's been kind of unusual, but I think we'll be okay. I think our bees will be okay. I think my bees will be all right, but we're honestly, we're not supposed to be this cold. But I'm sure it's probably much worse up north, though. I know a lot of people are looking at our temperatures, especially up north, and thinking, "Oh, that's nothing." But down here, we never have temperatures like this, this often, because usually, I'm not saying we never have cold weather. We do have cold weather, but it's just really not. It's only like maybe at most 5 days, and then it's all gone, and then we just kind of have our regular stuff, whether it be highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s, but never really in the 20s. But well, I think we'll be all right. I think bees will be okay. Frank from Galloway Lights asks, "What's your favorite plastic foundation, wax or no foundation?" Hey, that's a good question too. I do use foundation. There's some times where I don't, where I just let them build out comb in an empty frame, but I usually do use foundation. I like wax foundation because they draw it out faster and more quicker and more efficient instead of wonky comb. There's sometimes where they'll draw it out without wax. There's times where they will. It just takes longer, and a lot of times it'll just kind of be wonky comb. I've showed folks on the videos before last year. Whenever I had that problem, bees would not draw the comb out. It took forever. They finally were finally able to do it. They were finally able to draw it out. But I much rather, I would very, very much rather have wax on the foundation rather than having none. 32 Fahrenheit today in Ontario, Canada. Things are starting to melt. Sure, up there in Canada is pretty chilly. Kind of been kind of watching Ian and stuff. I can't remember what I was. I think it was actually the time I watched the video was like negative 29 degrees up his way. So that's very, very cold. If I read the title right, yeah, somewhere around there, negative 28, 29. If time allows, I prefer wax. Plastic is much faster. True. Um, there is wax foundation, just wax. I do use now. Y'all might be kind of confused, but I do use plastic foundation, but I usually is covered with wax. You can get it drawn out, I think, without on plastic foundation without having wax on there. It's possible the bees will do it, but a lot of times 70% out of 30 out of 100%, it will just be wonky comb. Very seldom will it not be wonky comb. That's why it's a lot of times it's just good to have that wax on your plastic foundation. I much rather it. I really do need to wax some more frames, but eventually they did wax fill them out last year. I was able to get some honey. It was honey supers that I was trying to get them to draw out. That's why a lot of times I do like already drawn out comb for honey. It's a lot much faster. All you gotta do is clean it out and put a little bit of honey in there, and it's a little bit much more of a faster process. But I do have a lot of drawn out comb now, so that's a good thing that I have that drawn out comb for what I need to use it for. So make sure I didn't miss any questions or anything. A lot of times these chats go by pretty fast. It's easy to cut out coin cells with wax foundation. Yeah, that is true as well. Sometimes you can cut them out a little bit easier. What's your preference on waxing plastic foundation? Like I said, it's much better for me to wax a foundation. I like to wax my foundation. It makes it much more efficient for the bees to draw it out instead of wonky comb. And I won't most likely not get any wonky comb, which I really do not like wonky comb. It really is a pain to have, but sometimes it just happens and you have to scrape it off and take it out to your shed and just re-wax it. I've had to do that a couple times, and uh, I remember multiple times where it was really, really wonky. They didn't draw it out correctly, and I took it out, re-waxed it, put it back in, and they never drew it out correctly. So I don't think I waxed it that time correctly. So, but I was watching videos a while back to how to do it. Do you dip the foundation? I haven't really waxed foundation a lot. I really much prefer to um I get them already waxed, but if I would have to wax them, the last time I waxed some foundations, I just used a brush. I just use like a little paintbrush to brush them. But I much prefer to get them already waxed, like from Premier Bee products. I think that's where I got most of my waxed frames from, and I really liked it. It was really, really good frames. They do have some of the wooden, but I just really got some of the ones without it, and then I just built my own um, outer frames to put them in. I made a video like maybe a year or two ago about that, and it must actually it'll be reaching. It's almost 2 years ago when I did it. It was um, a video I was kind of talking about. It was actually at the perfect time where somebody sent me a uh, it's actually one of them is over there and one's in my storage room. It was a frame holder so you could build them. So I was able to get it. And somebody, I don't know who sent it to me, but somebody sent it to me who wanted to send it to me. So I appreciate them doing that. But I was able to use it a lot, and I still have it. It still works good. And what you do is you put those, the sides on each side, and you clamp it together, and you put the tops on, and you're able to. It's really able to just be a little bit more efficient. Whenever we're trying to build frames, much more preferred. Then after that, I put the foundation in, and there it is. I had some of my Premiere frames, and I really, really, really worked good. I really liked it. The Premiere frames, it really worked good. Bees are still flying today. I'm hearing them all around. They're they're active. So that's one thing I do need to. I'm going to continue doing. As you all probably know, I'll be feeding these bees. Make sure they all stay fed up and make sure they don't run out of food. That's one thing I definitely do not want to happen because it is something I don't want out of starvation. That's one of the biggest things that will most likely happen down here is starvation. Them starving out, whether it be from warm weather, them flying out, not be able to get anything, and coming back in with nothing, and then going out and um, then come back in and later on not able to eat a lot of our honey because they already used it to go out and um, eat. I guess we'll kind of start wrapping up here soon. I'll take a couple more questions, but then I'll go and edit off here. And I got some other things I need to do, but I'm sure there'll probably be some more live streams today. Um, spring is close. Talking about waxing frames. Yep, spring is close. I'm hoping so. It's getting that time of year, but we'll have another month, a little bit more of a month of cold weather. Then we'll kind of get really more into things that we can actually do. Feed some sugar water, and then waxing some frames, and a whole bunch of other things. Starting to do splits. That's something I'm sure I'll probably have to do this year, especially coming out of spring, coming in hopefully with some good strong colonies, and then having that to do to split. I'm sure some swarms and all. So we'll take this last question and then we'll kind of get going here. Let y'all get on to y'all's day. Um, Kind of this live to replace the Monday Night Live, but I will have the video replacing it as well. So kind of keep up with that. Galloway Lights. What is your favorite half body finish? If you mean color, most likely white. That's pretty much standard. Um, White, yeah. I actually painted whenever I was kind of getting ready for my new bees, some new nukes since I got down to one, and that colony is still alive. They're still doing really good. That colony's been almost alive for about 30 years with the same queen. Pretty interesting. And then um, I had to get some more colonies and some nukes, and then I painted all the boxes white because I needed to refinish them because it was really less white or kind of dirty, should I say. Well, I guess I'll go on and get going. Thank you all for watching the live stream. Had some couple good topics. Waxing frames, this big one that we probably need to get ready to do. Getting ready for swarms, and a couple other things that we did talk about. And I was able to answer some questions today. Also, we'll mention if y'all have any questions for Q&A. If y'all want me to do a Q&A video, I can answer questions on there as well. If y'all have any guest ideas or anybody you would specifically like me to get on the live stream on my Monday night chats, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I can look into getting out to them. And then number 3, if you have any video ideas you'd like me to do, just feel free to reach out uh, and give me those ideas, and I'll shout you out in one of my videos at the end. That's what I've been kind of doing if I've been getting video ideas from some other folks. So, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Go on and click the thumbs up button. Share out the live stream so anybody who might have missed it can rewatch it. And everybody have a blessed day, and we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.